Good evening, YouTube. I hope you're all doing very well. And thanks for the subscribing and the thumbs up. And a good evening to you all. And I hope you're all keeping well. So I'd like to kick off today's bit of waffle with, or tonight's news. It's about the 26th, right? And as you know, I've got my notes. You know what I mean? Right, now, on the 26th, please, everyone, be on your best behaviour, please, and no face masks, and no violence. All right, even if you get provoked, please walk away and just crack on with that. You know what I mean? Please, all of you. Now, big message for the Tories, right? These so-called, they're giving it all this, going to stop the boats and all that. You know what, Tories, jog on. You know, we all know what you're about. You had 14 years to prove yourselves, and what did you do? F all. Did you? I mean, come on, it ain't hard ain't hard, is it? So, I mean, all I would advise to any decent Tory out there, because there is a couple of decent ones, you know what? Walk across the floor and join Reform, okay? Because that's all that matters at the moment is Reform. We've got no one else. Labour, well, wait till we get started on them, everyone. Jesus Christ. So, so please, as I say, everyone, and any by-election that's coming up, or any Tory councillor, but just go to Reform and vote Reform. That's all we've got at the moment, all right? And no one else. And no one else is. We ain't got soldiers in the house, as someone said. You know what I mean? They're the only soldiers we've got in the house at the moment, and I mean that's it. I mean now we'll get on to the Labour conference. I mean, well, conference business on the Ponce conference. You know what I mean. I mean, who would invest in a country, right, that literally gives away every bean that it earns? So, I mean, you ain't going to put money into it, are you? I mean, it's bad for business, isn't it? I mean, we give them more. If we stopped giving away our dough, I mean, we'd be up there. We'd be up there in the top table as richness. We'd be so prosperous. Our infrastructure would be great. I mean, and once the glass was overflowing, because we're all nice and dandy, we could take loads and loads of people in if they needed to. They'd come here and emigrate for a better life. Be cool, wouldn't it? It'd be lovely. But no. They don't want that. You know what I mean? So I mean, well, that's what I see. Handouts. So they're talking about new technology and AI, right? Okay. Now, let's get this right. Okay, new technology is cool, AI is cool, but only so far, right? Have you noticed when you go into the supermarkets, right, they've got these self-checkout tills and all that? I don't know about you, but I don't work all day or go to work all day to go and do my shopping and then do the work myself, right? That is all a ploy for these big business, right, to just replace humans and put robots and in place and do us out of a job. I mean, that company that begins with T, right? Excuse me. They laid off over 4,000 staff the other year. You know what I mean, for those self-checkouts. And I would beg everyone, right? Please stop using them self-checkouts. I mean, don't get me wrong. One or two are quite handy. You know what I mean? But if you notice now, they're becoming more and more relevant, and you're just getting one or two checkouts. And you know what I mean? But if you're coming in and out for a pint of milk or something, handy, fair enough. But not when you've got a big load of shopping and doing it through that way. Just refuse, right, and go to a checkout. Because, I mean, doing that will save jobs, literally save jobs. And don't you think this government's done enough? I mean, they've made boats, well, not boats, I don't know, pun intended. I know that could hurt a lot of feelings. But, I mean, shitloads of jobs have gone down the drain because of this mob already. Was it 104 days? I mean, half the country's losing their jobs to them, right? They just makes me so angry, that geezer. You know what I mean? He really does. He really does. You know what I mean? And he does not represent this flag. Okay, so we'll get on to that. And I've got my notes, as you say. Let me flip the page. Right. So I see that Nigel Farage, right? We've got, so this is how weak we're looking, right? And listen, British people ain't weak, right? British geezers and British women that put great into Great Britain, we are not weak, right? Okay. and I'm getting a bit peeved off with it personally, and I think that everyone's awakening to it, right? They're so blatantly taking the piss out of us, these immigrants, right? I mean, and that Nigel Farage, right, from Reform, right? Now, he is not everyone's cup of tea, we know that, right? But he doesn't deserve to have his life threatened and have abuse from some immigrant with a tattooed face, right? I don't know whether he's in this country or not at the moment, but he, you know, laying on threats, and he's going to do this and do that. You know what? I mean, I'd love to have a little bump into him. He's easy to identify. So, I mean, if the police would allow him into this country if he ain't already in it, right, shame on you, man. He should be banged up, right? And he's been going around Europe causing all sorts of trouble, right? And now he's threatening one of our people. I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, it's just everything's anti-British, and now they're starting on our politicians. I mean, when are we going to go some gonads? We're crying out loud. You know what I mean? What's it going to take? I mean, what is it going to take? You know what I mean? So I heard another thing from, as I say, everyone boycott mainstream media. Yeah, ain't worth a toss, right? But I get my news off the people on YouTube. And then I take bits and bobs and use, yeah, that's what I do for my news, right? So quite obviously, I nicked a little bit off June. I was listening to June Slater today, so please hit her up, because she's got all the facts and figures, man. I ain't got the intelligence even to read off what she reads off, right? But listen to her. I mean, we're importing fuel, right? We're importing, after closing down all our coal production, right? And we've got plenty of coal underneath here, right? Also stopping issuing licences so that we can extract oil from the seabed, our own oil, right? And to be used for our own people to heat us up, yeah? Especially the OAPs, right? Okay, so the Labour are totally against that. So this is what they're doing. This is going to make you laugh, right? Okay, they're importing it, right, fuel from Afghanistan, and this is the golden nugget, this one, right? North Korea, yeah, North Korea, yeah. So our dear leader has gone to his dear cousin, right, and they're working out a deal. I thought there were sanctions against North Korea, right? I mean, the whole thing is sickening. I mean, totally sickening. So I recommend to go and look her up on YouTube, right? And she'll explain the ins and outs, because she knows the ins and outs of everything. But I mean, crying out loud, man, you know what I mean? You've closed down our steelworks, all our power stations, our coal. I mean, we could do with a living. Everyone could do with a living. Everyone's unemployed and pissed off, right? I mean, so the geezer is totally. It's like, what the fuck? Excuse my French, but I mean, train drivers, 4-day weeks, right? They get paid bundles. They just had a pay rise, right? And now, they're going to get a £300 bonus for working a 5-day week. That's on top of their time and a half, right? See all that money, that bonus money, that could cover the OAP's fuel allowance, couldn't it? But no, we're giving it to train drivers. I mean, it's ridiculous. I was watching a piece by Paul Thorpe last night, and they had the Jet Man. I mean, he's quite good to watch. But I mean, our fighter pilots, they don't get as much as our train drivers. I mean, we're all in the wrong game here. You know what I mean? But they just demand anything they want from the government. I mean, that is, I think it's criminal. I personally think it's criminal. And the sooner we get this mob out, the better, man. I don't even think it's going to get to another election. There's got to be a way, and there's got to be an intervention. There's got to be something peaceful, of course, but I'm sure something's going to be brewing, because how much anti-Britishness can we take? Are we going to just all bend over and take it? Are we? No, I don't think so, right? You know, as we're talking about our dear leader, Stalin, right? You know what I mean? The anti-British knobhead, to be honest, right? And yeah, send the old bill round for that one if you like, mate. Now, he's taken down the old portraits. He's took down Thatcher, the late Queen, right? He's taking every portrait down. So, I mean, what's he going to put them up with? Lord Ali? Yeah, Taylor Swift? Castro? I mean, what is that geezer? He's so blatantly, and his Gestapo party are so blatantly anti-British that it's borderline it's criminal. I mean, for crying out loud, ain't there some... Nigel, speak up in the house for crying out loud. And everyone else, wake up, please, please, right? And, I mean, I'm just going to finish it off with... Sorry, I've got the reading glasses on now. But, I mean, I'm just going to finish it off with... It's got to stop. It really has. I mean, we want the winter fuel allowance reinstated for the RAPs, man. Plus the 10% that those bloody companies are whacked on just as it starts to get a bit nippy. You know what I mean? And they're all... how much profit do they take? You know what I mean? All the water companies... I mean, how much profits do they make? And they're just polluting our oceans and all that. And what I'm going to say to all is just, please, keep off the mainstream media because we're killing them, right? So that's one way of getting it. On the 26th, everyone, please, every man and their dog, we need a dog, right? Just turn up, right? Because we need all boots on the ground, right? And if they see the masses come out, maybe someone in the right place would just say, right, enough's enough and stop it. We don't want no more illegal immigration, right? Okay? And please, everyone, look after each other, right? And stick together and just don't mix with them and keep boycotting all their businesses, right? Because they're totally anti-British. They're anti-British, well, anti-Christians, anti-anything that ain't Muslim, right? I mean, they just despise us, right? So... as I said, keep off the mainstream media because you end up in a dark place, man. So just don't do that. Just go off YouTube. Listen to idiots like me and, well, I'm not going to call other people idiots. I get a slap. But you know what I mean? And just, we'll give you the bare truth. Well, the best to our knowledge, you know what I mean? We never know what's really going on, do you? Anyone. And if anyone is, as I say to anyone, if anyone is struggling, you know what I mean, with your nut going a bit blue and all that, and feeling a bit of pressure, just please reach out. And you know what I mean, someone, I'll reach back, you know what I mean. And if anyone's getting over any addictions and giving up the drink or the drugs and you're on the road to recovery, you carry on. And yeah, that's good night and God bless. And thanks for listening to Monday Night's Waffle. See you later on. Oh, got to do it this way. Bye bye all.